Fine. Hey guys, this is Holistic Health with Harry. Today I'm joined by Paul, who, as far as I'm aware, is the founder and inventor. Has brought awareness to this wonderful product here that I demonstrate called the Apan Super Daily. Although it's not the only thing you sell, you found and sell. So Paul, first of all, I just want to congratulate you because I tried this through Sandy and I knew there was an instant shift in consciousness straight away. Very high vibration, and like we just said off air, like I don't even have any problems, but I can just tell this thing with this. I take it way more than normal. So well done, Paul. And I just want to, I've got so many questions, but I guess the best place to start is with how did you discover not the Restore with the Wild Apan Super Daily? How did you get into this stuff? How did you go about discovering it?
So I was raised up in alternative medicine my whole life, and it was I was later in my early let's get a job and make money there. I shifted from my corporate jobs to more going into the alternative medicine, and I started working for these companies that were supposedly the best in the world to start producing, and especially the essential oils. I started working for an essential oil company that was supposed to be the best in the absolute world, and I took a major pay cut and went over there because I said, hey, look, I love the oils so much. I want to use them for the rest of my life. I want to do it. And needless to say, I didn't like what they were doing. And so I left. And from there, I said, look, if I want to be assured of the quality and what I'm actually paying for is what I'm actually getting, I need to start doing things myself and sourcing it from the small farms and sourcing all that. And so I full-time in 1998, that's when I started just quit my job and started full-time in the essential oils. And I just sourcing them around the world with the small farms because I love the essential oils. And we have essential oils as well. And I'm not intimidated by any other company out there, what they're doing.
This has also got essential oils in it you put in too. We can talk about that, and we talk about the Wild Apan. My God.
Yes, yeah. And so in 2002, my mother's introduced me to, she said, hey, look, there's a Native American mushroom. It's the Apan there. It goes by different names depending on which tribe uses it. It's found in the Columbia River Basin, which is northwest, Canada, northern Washington, a little bit of Oregon there, and just right there in that whole watershed area where it's cold and wet all the time and everything. And literally, oh gosh, 300, 400 years ago, that there is literally hundreds of thousands of Native Americans using it every single day. That was part of their regimen of keeping them healthy and happy. They just grab some. It tastes absolutely horrid. I mean, it's like
so this stuff worked raw. So it was they ate it raw, and it was good.
And it just tasted horrid. So they just throw a little paste in their pot and just eat it because the medicine men at that time told them how good it was, and it kept them healthy and everything. And there was a lot of great things, but over time, it basically was lost. Number one, all the Indians were rounded up and moved off their lands. Number two, the forced education program, their young kids were kidnapped and taken, many states away and put into forced schooling and stuff. And then kind of the big thing that really killed it off was in the 1970s, the United States granted free medical to the Native Americans. So now they said, oh, I've got a headache, give me a drug, because I don't want to pay the medicine man to give me an herb to fix it, that way. And so that was the real killer. And up to, well, when it was introduced, only a small percentage of people knew about it. And my mom introduced it to me, and she's like, I got it from my medicine man here, try it out. And I tried it, and I took it for like a week, and I was in healthy condition, and so it was like, it just tasted so nasty. I was like, I can't do this, ignore it.
Was you eating it raw or drinking it, or some kind of,
I was drinking it. Drinking it. And so like this bottle there, that's the 2000% concentrate right there. So I was drinking a bunch of it that wasn't in the concentrated formula there. And it was just awful. I mean, I got some and I gave it to my wife, and she's used to, watercress and dandelion and wheatgrass juice and all that. And she tried that and she's like, that's the most awful thing I've ever tasted. and so, but in this form, it's really tasty because we do put in the essential oils, some specifically cinnamon and peppermint for the taste to make it taste nice.
I see. Yes, smart. So, it does taste lovely. It smells good too. Smells lovely.
Yeah. And so in 2003, I went in and I said, okay, look, sometime in the future, there's going to be a virus that comes about that's going to start killing many, many people. And I said, whether it's natural or man-made, it's going to happen. And people are like, oh, this coronavirus, I'm talking something that's 25, 50, 90% of the population. And I said, look, I want to survive that. I want to be able to survive that. And I know essential oils will kill all viruses. The downside is you don't get a natural immunity to that. So if you're in isolation and you put essential oils in their air and you just stay there, fine, you're not going to get the virus, but you can never go outside. You can never work with sick people. So what I decided to do is I said, look, I'm going to design a product that will actually give a person the immune system so they can survive this plague that comes through, and also be able to go out and assist other people so they'll be immune. And so that's where I got the, in this, when the essential oils is the black cumin, which black cumin has cures everything except for death. Frankincense, a natural, wonderful anti-cancer.
By the way, quick, not to drop, but I read recently from another product I'm on that's got black cumin seed oil that apparently that actually cures COVID. It destroys the coronavirus.
Oh yeah, It has lots of things to it, but it really assists in building up the immune system and great things for the lungs. There's a wonderful book out there called Black Cumin, the Magical Egyptian Herb. It's a little pamphlet on page 23. I love it. The quote goes, is these doctors were using black cumin and testing it out. Hey, look, you take this much for this long and this cures this illness and this disease. And on page 23, there, I better put my phone on do not disturb, maybe someplace. I'll figure it out. Page 23, the quote was from these doctors that said, black cumin cured, I'm trying to remember. Black cumin I'm butchering the quote. I have to remember it, but black cumin was more successful than chemotherapy and radiation treatments without the serious side effects.
Wow.
So they were treating with cancer in that. And so it's wonderful. People treated with black cumin, 80%, it gets rid of 80% of all known allergies right
there. Does it also kill parasites too, black cumin?
It's naturally going to feed your body, so then your body goes out and naturally kills them. It's not, so it kind of feeds your body to go do its work there. And so I had this essential oil formula here, and I was like, to design it up, and I was like, okay, this is great and wonderful. But then what happened was my mom's medicine man came to see me, and he goes, I don't know why I'm coming to see you. Your mom just told me to pop in. What are you doing? And I said, hey, look, I'm building this plague formula, and the formula is 90% done, and we're all doing it. He's like, well, you need to use the Apan in it. And I was like, I tried it. I don't like it. It's nasty. And he goes, look, let me tell you my story. And so what he was, 15 years prior, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. He was a younger man there, where us males, we have a tendency to ignore the problem until it's too big to ignore. And so when he finally went into the doctor there, the doctor said, you have 2 weeks to live. Nothing we can do for you. Go home, get your affairs in order. You're going to die, there. And so he knew nothing about natural medicine or anything like that, but he had Native American blood in him. So he went back to his Native American roots, and he happened to bump into the medicine man. And the medicine man, he says, look, the white man can't do anything for me. Can you? And the medicine man said, here, take this and eat it. He said, and he says, I just want you to chew on that. And when you're sick of chewing it, swallow it down and take another bite and keep chewing it and do it. And he figured, I'm going to die anyways. Might as well just try it.
Give it a go.
and he stopped bleeding. He
Whoa.
got
Yeah.
healed up, and he, it's a miracle, and he got healed up, and that got him so excited. He went out and got his naturopathic doctor degree, and he became a medicine man, and he, specifically was studying about this mushroom just because it affected his life. And so he told me his story, and told me a little bit about what it does, and he said, try it out. So I was like, oh, okay, let's put it in there. So I tried it out a little bit, and then I was like, whoa, this is really good stuff. And I kept adding it just because we made it so it's palatable, so people can take it there. And once there, it's just, so right now it's, in this one, the Super Daily, it's 90% of the mushroom extract at 2,000% concentration. And then it's 10% essential oils. Half of that's the black cumin, and then we have the frankincense and lemon and peppermint and cinnamon. And the real one with the brain, it's the frankincense that contains the sesquiterpenes that go between the blood-brain barrier and really do it. But and what this whole mushroom does, let me just kind of tell you. I mean, around the world, there's different cure-all plants. Black cumin over in the Middle East, Mediterranean area, oregano, Turkey, all these plants that the creator has put on this planet for us in different places. Well, this mushroom is the most powerful natural healing modality that I've ever run across. And what it comes down to, it's right off the bat, it contains natural chemistry that goes in and feeds your spleen, your thymus, your bone marrow, your colon. And right there, literally within 20 hours of taking it, we've seen this, within 20 hours of taking it, your immune system can be thousands of percent increased.
Whoa.
And people like, oh, okay, that's great, but you don't really understand it. Every single system in your body is affected positively by having a better immune system. Your digestion, your thinking, your circulatory system, everything, repair mechanisms, all that. And so literally, what the first month, what it does is you start taking it, it's going to go in there and it's going to start attacking viruses, parasites, pollution, radiation. We found chemistry in here that it actually draws radiation out of your body. Other wonderful things, and especially with cancers. Cancers, everybody on the planet has cancer. They say the average healthy human being, your body destroys 10,000 cancer cells a day. Cancer is only a problem when your body isn't able to kill it off, and it starts growing a tumor. And so increasing your immune system, it's your immune system that kills the cancers. So increasing your immune system starts going out there and attacking the cancer and eliminating it. Also, stop feeding the cancer, stop chugging down that, 75 gallons of Coca-Cola a day or whatever the heck you do, go to the garden there. But we've had many people with chronic health conditions go into remission. And on our website, there's lots of testimonials, but for every one written testimonial we got in, I've heard of like 500 other testimonials that people have said, I'll send it. And
they never do.
They never do. I mean, I've got a testimonial that I'm hoping this guy will send me a video and do it, but he was on. Well, I'll get to that one. Well, let me tell you this testimonial, then I'll tell you why.
Yeah, please do.
This guy, on the heart transplant list, he had 10% heart function. He was on the product for just over 2 months there, and went back to the doctor. His heart function was at 45%, and the doctor's like, what the heck's going on? What's the heck's going on? And this is what's going on, is once you get your immune system up to a modulated level, it's where we should be at if everybody was living in a nice Garden of Eden type environment and eating good food and all of that, no pollution, no stress, no anything. It's in a modulated state. It's going to go out and start cleaning out your body. But once that first month or two or whatever of clean out, what it does is it shifts to stem cell production, because your immune system is sitting, what am I doing? I have nothing to do. I'm all cleaned out. What am I doing? And it shifts over to stem cells. And stem cells are the fountain of youth inside the body. Literally, you can have tens of millions of stem cells released. And what they go around is they go around the body and find out what's not working. So this guy's heart wasn't working, and the body knows it's not working. It's wigging out. So literally it just blasted his heart with all these stem cells and rebuilt his heart in,
Wow.
2.5 months right there,
Yeah.
up there. We've had people on dialysis, something that the doctors say is impossible to get off of. Once you're on dialysis for your kidneys, you can't get off. We've had people use this product. They get off dialysis. Why? The stem cells go to the kidney, rebuild the kidney, fine. People diabetic. My grandmother, she's 85 years
Yeah.
old, diabetic, right there. Old farm girl, doesn't care about anything. I'm not taking the doctor's medicine. I'm not changing my life. I'm just doing what I'm wanting to do. And finally it said, just do this. Okay, fine, I'll do this. Well, she went back to her doctor for her yearly checkup, and it was about 10 months later of being on it, because I'd ask her, I'd say, how do you feel? I feel fine. I'm good. Yeah. And no, I'm fine. Okay.
They don't notice some people, isn't it? It's very interesting. They don't always notice.
And then she goes back and she comes back, and says, well, I went for the doctor, my yearly physical. He says I'm no longer diabetic. It goes in and rebuilds the pancreas there. And so that's the real kicker. And let me kind of go in with this immune system, because sometimes people get afraid about increasing the immune system because they hear about these autoimmune diseases, these diseases that, you've got an overactive immune system, it's attacking your body. And I love to use an analogy, because autoimmune diseases are not what the doctors say they are. It's not an overactive immune system. And this analogy is, let's pretend you have a soldier out there fighting a war, and he jumps up and he starts, shooting at the enemy and jumps down and hides, jumps up, shoots at the enemy, jumps down and die, jumps up, shoots at the enemy, turns to his friends, shoots them a couple times and hides. You don't call him an overactive soldier. I mean, that soldier went crazy. He's crazy, And so when your immune system does that, it's not overactive. It's gone crazy. And so even though you take this product and your immune system goes 4,000+% increased overnight, people's autoimmune diseases go away. Why? Because they're producing healthy programmed cells that know their job. So people that,
Paul, so like the analogy, I guess, with what you're saying would be like, instead of having someone shooting sporadically, now you've got precision sniper points at all the right directions, fighting at multiple angles at ridiculous speeds. They're like boom, boom, like an incredible.
Exactly. And most people will, because when I first started taking it, I was in good health. I didn't really notice things other than I was getting less sleep, and I still had more energy. And I noticed that. And then when I was working around a whole bunch of people, the whole flu went through, everybody got it sick, and I didn't. And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. And I have other stories about that too, where literally it's not going to stop you from catching a virus, but do you want to take 2 weeks to process that virus, or 2 hours? Or literally I've taken it where there's a two-week flu coming around. Me and 2 of my friends caught it, and I started, I'm feeling flu, take some more. I'm better. And they were they were in bed for 2 weeks. And I've been telling them that. And they go, we don't want any of the, I'm male. I have to eat my meat and be strong and that. But, and so it's not going to stop you from catching it, but it will process it really quick and fast and easily. This is people think, vaccinations and immunizations is the answer to solve the plague problem. It doesn't. So, because what it does is it narrows the view of the immune system, and then it's only looking for that problem. It's not looking for, what happens if the virus mutates, then you get sideswiped on the other side. The key is to have this wide open immune system that's looking for anything and everything, and it'll jump on it and, get the coronavirus. I've literally had people, my whole family got coronavirus.
Wow. Yeah.
I didn't feel sick at all. I'm the only one taking this product. I didn't feel sick at all, but we all got tested. I've just got the antibodies. So, they all got it and were sick. She got it, processed it overnight, bam, all better and things. So it's wonderful and powerful. And we have, well, this is the liquid. We also have it in capsule version.
Didn't know that. I've got the Restore, which is in capsule, and I love the Restore too. My God, they're both so amazing. Jesus, but this one blows me away, man. Like I can feel. I've got a question for you, Paul. So So I love what you're saying here, and I'm learning so much. So I wanted to interview you.
Yeah.
For me, really. So I love what you said there. So when the immune system is working properly, it gets you up to that point, and then it gets, once it's optimal, it goes to the stem cells. Well, I reckon I can feel different on it straight away from the very first time I used it. A lot of energy. What is that? Is that more oxygen in the cells? What is that? Is that beta glucans from the wild Apan? Because Sandy told me it has got the other benefits, the essentials. I agree with you, but he said to me the main focus of it is the wild Apan that's doing the power stuff. If you had to name it.
Yes, and it's got a wonderful chemistry in it all, but what it's really doing, I try to do an analogy like this. You're going in and remodeling a house. You know, first thing you have to do is go and rip out all the old materials and stuff that you don't want there, and then you start going in and putting in the new material and new things. But there's different parts of it. Like if you're having McDonald's every day and eating all that, well, you know, you're remodeling your house out of cardboard. You know, how long is that going to last? If you're eating garden fresh produce, you know, good greens and all that stuff, you're remodeling your house out of granite stone. You know, it's going to be there for 1,000 years later, you know, right there. And there's different parts of it. So your diet is kind of your raw materials, and the good greens that we get from the garden, you know, even the nasty bitter that you don't want to eat, wheatgrass, dandelion, watercress, you know, these stuff are really powerful. Those are like the nails that hold everything together. But where the mushroom comes in here is none of that matters. None of that matters if your workers are asleep or they don't know their job or don't care. So what this does is it actually goes in and wakes up your workers and gets them looking around, what can I do? And so that's naturally getting, no matter what else you're doing, what other supplements you're doing, it's going to make him go and grab that and utilize it and make it work better. So the better diet you have, it's going to make it even better. So all that energy just comes from your workers at a higher heightened state. What am I going to do? What am I doing? And they're all working better and everything like that. And natural cleaning out the toxins is going to make you less sluggish. People don't realize how toxic our environment is. I mean, right now at your age, you're taking more toxins in a single day than your parents did at your same age for an entire year. I mean, it's in our air, it's in our food,
Say that
it's in
again?
our water.
So I'm taking in more toxins than my parents were.
So one day of your life,
one day of my life,
right now equals 1 year of your parents' age. So they took in toxins for a higher year is what you're taking in a day. Whoa. I mean, and our bodies aren't designed for this much toxins. And so they go in and they get trapped into the fats in our different closets in our body. And so the Apan mushroom goes in and starts cleaning all of that out and cleaning it out. And the great thing is after, you know, I've had people on this for years and they go, you know, hey, look, I've been on this for 5-6 years right there. And they go, you know, besides all my health conditions going away, says, I look in the mirror, or I had one gentleman, Carl, he had a family reunion photo and he says, I look younger. I look 15 years younger now than I did from my family reunion was 5 years ago on there. You can see it because it's going to build from the inside all the way out and everything like that. And my philosophy is, let's live to be 100 or even more, but let's live to be 100, but let's go out and run the marathon on your 100th birthday. Let's not be in a wheelchair for the last 20 years. And that's the whole thing about, you know, eating healthy and then getting your workers to be able to utilize all of that.
Yeah, I love that, Paul, what you said there. Too right. There's no limits to how I can have in duality. By the way, have you got experience with anyone doing it on the skin? Because I found on the skin it darkens your skin, and to me that's proof of health. Not only does it feel fabulous, I already know that, but I believe the darker your skin, like a skin tan from the sun, anything that darkens your skin makes you healthy. Whenever I put this on my face, it darkens it. I also feel like, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Paul, maybe it would also be a useful sun cream tan as opposed to the crap we got out there. Do you know what I mean? To protect you from the sun. Might be wrong on that. But...
Well, it does have the sunlight protecting properties in there too. So yes, even though we made it as an oral formula, take it inside, I'm now telling the people to start putting it on. For example, we've had people with skin cancers. And just put shake this up, put a couple drops a few times a day. Literally 3 weeks, your skin cancer is gone. You know, it'll go and rebuild it and do it all that way. People, I had one gentleman, he had a wound and it was a month there. He couldn't heal it up on there. And I said, okay, start putting this in. Started putting it in there. In 3 days, it was like 90% healed right there. People with pain levels. I had one person, they had sciatic pain and they said, nothing I'm doing is even helping it. What can I do? And they just got some and they told me afterwards, they said, I just got some and rubbed it on and it went away right there. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So we've had lots of people using it for wound treatments, flesh-eating viruses. Let's just put some on it. And that's natural just because the cinnamon in it will kill any virus or bacteria or anything like there, right there naturally, but it speeds up, heals up the wound. We had someone that it had eaten it down to their skin on their finger. It had eaten it down to their bone, and whatever they were trying wasn't trying. And they put it on, and 3 days later, it was like black and white, healed up difference. I mean, it's really great. So we tried making up a cream for topical use. I hate using emulsifiers and hate using additives and stuff to do that. And so we kind of, the first batch we did, I let it sit on the shelf for a couple, to test it out. And I opened it up and it was growing little Siaga everywhere. All this stuff. I thought the essential oils would keep it in control, but it didn't. I didn't put enough in it with everything, but I haven't jumped back to that chemistry, but it's on my list to do, to make up, women like it for the face and help them look younger and stuff like that. So it's on my to-do list, but it's kind of pushed down. I've got so much other things on my to-do list right now, but yeah, right now people are using it topically for lots of different conditions, and they're noticing that they're getting really great benefits from it.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's got so many features. I love it under the tongue, because also people said I think the mainstream even thinks this, that essential oils, they say don't put it on your, what is it? They say don't eat essential oils under the tongue. And this has got essential oils in it and you can take it under the tongue fine. So that's bullshit. I've always known that.
Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation on essential oils. Like for example, when I was first doing it, that people were freaking out about tea tree oil. Oh, don't take tea tree oil. It's harmful. It's painful. Don't take it. It's been. And I went in, and it's toxic. I went and looked at it, and I sat down and I worked out my weight and the toxicity. It's like I had to drink 3 gallons of tea tree oil for it to kill me. Well, if I sat down and drank 3 gallons of water, it would kill me. It's like, come on, people. Some of this fake science stuff out there, but in small moderations. I mean, like, what's the purpose of taking it? Because a lot of essential oils, even though they're great at parasites and killing bacteria, if you take a lot of them, it will go in and start breaking down in your stomach acid and stuff, and also start attacking the good bacteria in your colon, which you don't want there. You only want a little bit. And the general rule is there's some oils you want to avoid, like eucalyptus, and not take that internally. It's like 4 ounces will kill me if I drank that. Or wintergreen, 1 ounce or 2 ounces of wintergreen will kill me. I mean, believe me, if I drank 15 mils of it, I'd be wishing I was dead before that. but even though FDA has approved wintergreen as a food additive, and you get it in your wintergreen lifesavers and different things like that, and it's good, small amounts, it's fine. And generally, as a general rule, is you don't take more than 20 drops of pure essential oil in a 24-hour period of time, like that. And that's that. But then there's other oils that are, frankincense, wonderful, 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 black cumin, wonderful, lemon, wonderful, cinnamon and peppermint, those are a little bit more intense, but they can also, I put the peppermint in there for taste, but also to stimulate the digestive process, so you get more circulatory action and get that more bioavailability right there. And the cinnamon, I mean, that's just plain preservative as well as taste. Right there, because people wouldn't take it without the cinnamon, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, but also cinnamon does remove diabetes type 2. It reduces blood sugar, doesn't it? So
yes, correct. Good research with that as well out there. But yeah, it's wonderful things that it all does.
Definitely. Can I ask you another question? So about the process. So in the back it says, and you really touched base with this, that is it 2000% wild Sapatan Apan mushroom? How do you guys do? Are you allowed to talk about the process a little bit
Oh
of how you've done this?
yes.
Because people be like, oh, it's good price and good value for money. People be like, the price, maybe some people. So subject to them. What is the process of how you've done this so concentrated?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's
Yeah.
not too bad here. But simply put, what we do is we do a water extract. There's certain properties you can get out of it with alcohol extract, but you can't get it other properties with the water, like the beta glucan. So we're concentrating on more the most therapeutic bang for the buck. And so literally what we do is we take the mushroom and we have to clean it all off, and we have to slice it down really thin there, so we can get it broken up, and we throw it into the boiler, the cooker there, and bring it up to a low boil. And there's some things we have to do because the mushroom is a little funky there. But we bring it up to a low boil, and then we just keep it simmering there for 24 hours.
Wow.
And then after it's simmering for 24 hours, then we can take out the mushroom, squish it all out, press it all out, and then we take the liquid and we concentrate it back down. So where you have 20 gallons of the liquid, we concentrate it down to 1 gallon right there. And so then it's it's a lot darker, a lot more. You don't have to sit down and drink a whole bunch at once.
More concentrated, literally.
Yes,
Quite
yes,
literally,
yes.
more medicine in that, more value.
Correct. And one of the things is when you get it like this, like this is all clear and stuff. That's without being shaken up. We don't put any emulsifiers in it, so you need to shake it up really nice right there, just to mix the essential oils with it, and then it's like more cloudy. I mean, I'm sure you can't see
Sandy didn't
like
tell
that.
me that. Oops. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I mean, it's powerful anyway. I should do that next time. I'll do that.
Yeah. If you don't shake it up, what happens is, I mean, this is a lot more clear there. That one. I'm dripping all over my keyboard here, but so shake it up, because if you don't shake it up super well, at the end of the bottle, you're going to get a lot more, more of the essential oils there on that. And I do it anyways and sit down there. I like experimenting on myself too. I mean, literally when we first came up with this formula, because I do myself as a guinea pig. So I sat down and drank 2 whole bottles. I just chugged it
in one go and survived.
Yeah, one go. And I was like, what's going on? My stomach got a little warm and tingly. Nothing like taking 10 cayenne tablets would just set you on fire, but it was kind of warm and tingly. I had diarrhea the next day. But that was it. I mean, I was like, oh, okay. I just wanted to see if someone went crazy on this, what would happen. My heart beating out of my chest. None of that. And I've had literally people go into mega doses with this stuff. Because they wanted. I mean, I had a lady with a golf ball size ovarian tumor, and she got rid of it in 3 weeks. I mean, I told her, don't take too much, because you'll get the detox symptoms, because if you start taking too much, it's going to start pulling everything out of the fat cells and everything, and it's going to clean you out, and you'll naturally going to feel like these flu-like symptoms. How to get rid of it is don't take so much, drink more water, deep clean out more. So if you start feeling, like my brother-in-law, who was the fast food junkie there, he said, I took it and it's made me sick. And I'm like, no, those McDonald's hamburgers you've been eating every single day for the last 10 years made you sick.
Exactly.
Cut back down, go to a quarter dose, slowly build up over time, and clean you out. And then he's like, oh, great, that way. But I've had people like this one lady, she started mega dosing on it. She's like, oh, I'm getting these flu-like symptoms. I say, take less. And she's like, no, I'm going to keep going. I said, just drink more water. You'll be fine. And I said, look, because she was scheduled for surgery, I said, look, when you get ready for surgery, have them just do an ultrasound on it. It's a real easy procedure, ultrasound. I said, if the tumor has shrunk, you don't need it. Your body will get rid of it. And she said, okay, I'll do that. Well, she called me back and she said, Well, number one, I didn't want to tell you, but I was taking, well, she was taking our other, we have the 2 ounce size, which is what she was taking 16 times this recommended dosage, because we didn't
Wow.
have the super concentrate.
Yeah.
The 2 ounce size is just a 1200% concentrate
All
right
right.
there. But she
Yeah.
was taking 16 times that dosage. And I
Whoa.
go, no wonder you were cleaning out and all that. And she goes, yeah, yeah. And that leads me to my second confession. You know how you told me to go get my tumor checked out before surgery? She goes, I didn't. They wheeled me in, cut me open. My tumor was completely gone. They sewed me back
Wow.
up.
They're
Like
gone.
that.
It was
Yeah.
gone from being hardcore with it, going quick.
Yeah, and I've had another lady. She's a naturopath down in Texas. She runs a healing clinic, and she's like, "I'm going to start megadosing on this to see what's going to happen." And she started doing it,
Mm,
and she called me up and she says, "I can't believe I was this toxic. I didn't realize." She said she had intestinal parasites crawling out through her abdomen, through her skin. She said she could literally
really? Whoa.
scrape it off, and she said it was so disgusting and things.
Whoa.
And I've had people just do the regular dosage
Yeah.
there, and they said, you know, I had one woman, she's like, I've been on it 2 months. I passed a 35-foot long tapeworm. And I'm like, don't tell me how you measured that.
Whoa.
But you know, so it's natural to clean you out in anti-parasitic. And I like telling people, be gentle with it. You know, you don't have to do everything all in a week or two or three or four. Just take it and go slow and be gentle and just do the long term. You know, keep using it long term, and it'll naturally, you'll go from this level in health to this level and this level and this level, and you'll
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, Paul. To take, people say, "Well, I haven't got a physical health disease." Once the disease is gone, then the real fun comes, because then you can just like, there's no limit to duality, how high you can rise your vibration. Because we're all so toxic, the world around us, the air, as you mentioned. So with this, I'm in love with it. I knew from the moment I first took it. Sandy did tell me. He said it was on some other supplements. He said, Harry, this lady's one's cool, but trust me, you need to try this. I was like, okay, I'll buy it from you, man. You know, and I was like, okay, I did believe it, but I wasn't like thinking, oh, this could be amazing. But I knew straight away with some of them, you just get the power of this straight away. I mean, I've actually given this to one of my friends who is going through some kind of trauma and issues in her life, and I gave, you're not going to do this, Paul. I gave a little bit, the tiniest amount, because I think it's supposed to take 75 mils. 3 swabs of this, isn't it? Like at a go.
yeah,
I gave
it's
her just one. I gave her
yeah,
just one, and then the next night, the next day, she called me. I went back home. She called me and said she had the best sleep ever, and her negative mindset just disappeared. So I was like, I was surprised myself. I knew it was powerful, but I didn't expect from one tiny bit she had, like 20 mil or something for her. I gave her a free bottle, and like I said, Jesus, man, this is going to help you. You can have this. Take it.
oh yeah, no, the power behind it and everything. I mean, it literally goes physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all right there, and kind of starts addressing whatever your issue is and things like that. And that's kind of one of the added plus side effects, you know, right there.
Yeah.
Not only, I mean, like most people will take it because of a chronic health condition. And we do, you know, we tell them 4 months, and 90+% of the people are either healed up or significantly healed up by the 4th month level, regardless if it's a blister on your toe or stage 4 cancer someplace. I mean, like one example, the lady in Georgia there, she had stage 4 lung cancer that spread, you know, lymph system all over the place. The doctor said, look, you've got 6 months to live, even with the treatment that we give you. You know, you're not going to live. He says, you know, we can say you got a 1% chance of living, but don't count on it. We've never seen it happen. You're not going to live. So she started taking it, feeling better. 5 months rolls around and she was completely cancer free. And the doctor said, you're our miracle patient. You're the miracle. And the sad thing is over here in the United States, doctors really are bound with only practicing drugs. They can't go out and do natural. Matter of fact, in some of the states, it's illegal for a doctor to suggest something natural unless he's tried all the drug options. And they said, well, once I try all the drug options, the patient's dead, you know, because we fried their liver, we killed them, you know, there's no way we can go into the natural. So they blocked us on there, and you know, they can refer, oh, maybe go see this person down there, and they do it, but they'll literally lose their medical license by saying, you know, hey, take some of this with your chemotherapy because it reduces your chemotherapy symptoms 90 to 99%, you know, like that. They'll lose their license right there on that. But some of the more open-minded ones will point them to a naturopath naturopathic, hey, you might want to call them, talk to them too, there. But yeah, wonderful things that comes about with it.
It really is. So I was going to ask a question there, and it's just gone from my mind. Oh no, I know. So did you have any problems and issues bringing this out? Because we all know that we're being attacked by big pharma, and they definitely do not like people that sell natural medicines, especially because I consider this a natural medicine that's gone. Actually, no, I consider this what you've done here like a natural medicine that you've amplified due to the genius of yourself and other people. Because I'm sure it wasn't just you; there was a lot of people behind this growing
Yeah.
out for me to receive it. So, like, this was there problems, issues? How did you manage with them? And yeah, just tell us a little bit on that. Like, was there issues with it, or was it all good?
Yes. Well, it was kind of interesting. Early on, we kind of ran into some issues. Literally, well, one of our medicine, one of our naturopathic doctors, even though he was a naturopathic doctor, he was using the mushroom to, all he would do is treat stage 4 AIDS or cancer patients. That's all he would put into there. And he opened a clinic kind of next to the hospital. And he got up to doing, he said he's making $75,000 a month in profit because the word of mouth came through, and he was handling so many patients, and they didn't like that. And so the hospital got on with the prosecuting attorney and whatnot, and what they did is they shut down his whole business and shut him all down and everything, and they locked him up. And well, he said, I did more illegal things in jail because he was the physician in the jail than I did ever outside. But they made me, but they locked him up in there. And what they got him was the thing was theft by deception. Basically, he was saying, look, if you take this, you buy it, you have an 80% chance of being healed up, like that. And it wasn't that he wasn't getting the 80+% chance of healed up, because he was, and he could prove that. What they said was, well, you couldn't guarantee the 20% would not be the part of the 80%. You couldn't guarantee someone wasn't part of the 80%, and you're taking their money, so you're deceiving them that they have a chance of recovery.
Oh, right. So you couldn't guarantee that the 100% wasn't the 80%. No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
And even though the medical doctor's like 1% chance, let's take your money. They're fine because they have a license and they do it that way. But he couldn't say, look, you have an 80% chance. And so we learned really quickly with that from his experience, that's where the whole Native American thing came about. So what we did, here in the United States, well, the Native Americans are treated a little bit differently. Like, for example, they can't be forced vaccinated because in the UN, that's considered ethnic cleansing. If the Native Americans don't want to be vaccinated, they don't have to be vaccinated. Different laws and stuff. It's basically what the Native Americans have been doing, they can keep doing, which is natural medicine, and their whole religion of natural medicine, the Native Americans. And so what we've done is, well, I'm trying to look on my bottle here. Right at the top, right at the top. It's certified for traditional Native American healing ceremonial sacramental use. What that is we make up this product for the Native American medicine men and their people, and they can take it. And as a manufacturer that's certified, the FDA cannot stop us from certifying, from making this product, because they're exempt. So we can make it from them. Now, I don't know if you're not Native American or whatnot, I just manufacture it.
Oh, so legally it's only for, well, it's just covered your base with them, with the Native Americans, and then everyone can use it really.
Yeah. And literally so they can't come in and stop us from manufacturing, because we're manufacturing it for the Native Americans.
Right.
Yes. And since we don't discriminate on our website, we just tell the medicine men to go buy it over here, and we don't discriminate or ask people to show their papers or their cards. We just sell it. They can't turn around and shut us down there. But even all that, they said, if you ever run into problems like this, he says, just come over to the reservation. We'll have you manufactured on the reservation. You'll be fine again.
Oh, so you got backups too. So it doesn't matter what they do, they're not going to stop us. I love that. The awakening is happening. They can't stop stuff.
Exactly. So we very much try to just go out with the healing. Natural healing is our birthright, our religion, the whole, we're here on this planet to take care of ourselves and our own bodies, and it's not up to some government regulatory agency to try to protect me, because I mean, they don't. I mean, you look at their statistics and the FDA approved drugs and whatnot. Oh, sorry, this one just killed 2,000 people. You know, if I had a natural product out there doing that, I mean, people would be in jail. Whereas, oh, sorry, this drug, yeah, okay, here, have another $1 million bonus. You know, I mean, it's totally ridiculous the way that natural medicine is treated.
True. Yeah.
And so we do have backups and protections, and we know that we went through some, you know, hard things at first and different stuff there, but now we're on a state of literally, I'm the medicine men that go out there and harvest it, and his team and takes it and do there. We've said, you know, I want to get this out to the world. It's time to share it and blast it out there and get it out there. And I said, you know, be prepared to sell 1 million bottles of this a month. You know, we want to be able to handle this and have it on there. And he's like, okay. So he's practicing this year. He's starting up some of his farms to see if he can, instead of going out on the reservation in the national forest and wildcrafting it, you know, he's going to see if he can start doing it. Yeah, just and doing it all natural and everything that he does, because it grows in a specific environment and in a specific medium and stuff that it likes there, and it doesn't grow anyplace else. And so he's trying to artificially naturally make this, you know, hack this down and do it that way. And instead of him searching, you know, an acre and getting 5 mushrooms on it, he's trying to search an acre and get, you know, 5,000 or 50,000. So we're gonna play with that and see what it can happen, because we want to know that, you know, where are we going to be at in 5 years or 10 years?
You want to predict the numbers that you can make, and ultimately, if it's just natural and you can't control it into a certain degree, then you can't predict as well. So that makes sense. You want to get it to as many people as possible. So can I switch a little bit to the Restore, because the Wild Apan has blown me away. But the Restore too. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because I've tried that, and that seems to make my sleep a lot better.
And that's the capsules there.
Yeah, the capsules. Yes, 6 a day. Restore.
Yes, and sorry about the 6 a day, but this is what I did is I took the 3 products there that we've had before in the past, and I put them all into one, because I didn't want. So you're getting a lot more savings monetarily wise and things like that. But literally, we took our green product, and the greens are the nails that hold everything together in your health right there. It's the vitamins, mineral, micronutrients, the detoxification properties in that. And specifically, we went with watercress and dandelion as our 2 best ones, because they are 2 powerful healers that people don't eat and don't take because they taste awful. Go out there and pick a dandelion green. I mean, that's probably the least, but I mean, eating a whole bowl full of them. But then we have lots of other things in it. But the greens, what the greens do is literally, they're specifically targeting acidosis in the body. Right now, because of our stress levels and pollutions and eating habits, a lot of people get a lot of acid buildup, whether it's gout or arthritis, acidosis condition, fibromyalgia, osteoporosis, all of that. It's the greens that fix all of that, and they fix it rather quickly. I mean, just last year, a woman called me up and she said, "Hey, my friend got this. They loved it. What can I do? Can I do it? My condition is I've been suffering from fibromyalgia for 8 years. It's literally, I can't move without hurting and all this." And I'm like, yeah, we can heal you. I didn't use the word heal. Let's put it that way. We can give you your body we can't cure. We can give your body what it needs. And generally with fibromyalgia, it's, about a month on there. And she called me up in 3 weeks. She did the capsules and she did the liquid there too. And she said, I'm better. And the whole reason is her body was producing too much acid in there and causing these conditions. So the greens are really good at dumping and cleaning that out. Now, the other thing we have in there is the probiotics.
Right.
We have 21 different strains of probiotics. And what the probiotics does in your colon, your colon, it has a 1 cell barrier to try to keep toxins from reabsorbing in your body. And naturally, if you're eating harder to digest food, you can get it scraped off, and then you got leaky gut syndrome. Or if your probiotics aren't in there and good enough, things happen. So what we're doing is we're putting those probiotics to assist the digestive process, and more especially to assist you not absorbing toxins and eliminating those from your body quickly, because you don't the more toxins you have longer in your body, the more it mutates other cells and causes damage. And so we want people now with Crohn's or leaky gut syndrome, or things like that, digestive tract issues, get those probiotics in there and you get healed up. And so we have the greens and the probiotics. Those are two good products in there. And then we threw in the Apan mushroom there. And
What, in the Restore?
Yes. So
Didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got a maintenance dose in there.
Wow.
What it has in it, it has basically about 1 dropper full of mushroom right there. But what it
in
is
the 6 capsules in
yes,
one drop. Wow,
yeah.
I didn't even know that. Cool.
But the reason why we put that in there is you take the liquid, it gets absorbed in your stomach. You take the mushroom and it's in there, and it gets absorbed into your colon. It goes through the digestive process and it moves down, and it's digested a little bit later. So people with colon cancer are now healed up quicker. Before we'd use the liquid there, and it would go through the blood and go everything and then get to the colon. It might say, hey, let's fix up the heart first, and let's go fix up these other things, and then it would get the colon and then fix it up. Now, if they take this, that goes through the blood to fix everything else, and they take the capsules, it goes right into the colon and starts healing up the colon quicker, faster, easier. So we're getting better response with people with arthritis, with colon cancers or digestive issues, things like that, acidosis conditions, all of that, just with the capsules in there. So like the liquid is the workers. The capsules, there's more of the raw ingredients with some of the workers put in there, the building, good building materials in there and stuff. And it's got other things in there like enzymes. We put the enzymes in there to break down the mushroom, to go in there and do that, so you get more bioavailability and things like that. But if you're just in healthy condition, you don't need to go and take the full of big long amounts unless you want to do a cleanse and do that. Take a little bit. You can make this bottle last 3 months there completely fine. You'll be fine. It's really still going to keep it up there. Or you can just do the capsules or whatever. I tell people, go with how your body feels and take it how your body feels. I mean, some people say, oh, I like taking it in the morning because it makes me so much energy. It makes me just go all day long. And if I take it at night, I stay up all night. And I've had other people say, oh, I love taking it at night because I sleep so good. I've never slept any better. And so people's bodies are different, and just see how you like and how you play around with it. But one thing is, always take the liquid and the capsules at least 3 hours apart, because
is it? I didn't know that. Okay.
The liquid has the essential oils, and that will kill the probiotics in the capsules right there. So try to space them out a little bit and let the absorption happen.
Oh, thanks for the tip, Paul. I appreciate that. I've got to say though, like you said, like if people have got serious diseases, go take a little more. But I think this is like essential. If I'm being real, like, because I've tried a lot of supplements, and I'm sure you're the same, and many other people going to watch this. That some supplements you just don't feel anything going on. I'm not saying there's nothing going underneath, but to me, it doesn't really move the needle of health enough. And I can't say that at all for this Wild Apan or the Restore. They really do. So like, I feel like even if you don't have a problem, why not? Because we've always got problems. Why not just take a little bit of this every day for the rest of your life? Is what I'm saying. Why not? Like,
and there's great benefits for doing that. Number one, your immune system is going to be at a high level, that if some attack happens, virus, bacteria, pollution, all that, your body will instantly be able to handle it. You don't have to go in and build up for the next 3 days to build up, to get it up there. You can happen and get over it, in hours. The second thing, it keeps the stem cells. So, the difference is, two twins, let's say they eat the same food, drink the same water, breathe the same air. Everything's exactly the same, except for one's been doing this their whole life. The other one hasn't.
Yeah.
Well, the one that hasn't, he's been sick and not very healthy his whole life. And then in his 80s, he went into the wheelchair and then he died at 100. Whereas the other twin who's been taking this, he's been healthy his whole life. In his hundreds, he went out and set the world record for the running the fastest marathon at the 100-year age. You know, that's the difference there. It's the quality of life on that way. And you just keep, you know, you pull out this 1930s car that you found in a field that's all rusted and everything. You take it to the auto shop, spend a horrendous amount of money, but when they're done, it comes out and it's a brand new 1930s car. You know, this makes you the brand new 19 whatever birthday you were born on. Right there, literally rebuilds your heart, your liver, your pancreas, your, you know, lungs, all that just goes in and keeps you healthy. So, you know, how healthy do you want to be, especially in your older years where the everything is compounded and all of that. Yeah, wonderful benefits for long-term use.
Can I ask you a quick question too as well? Are babies and children on this as well? I've only heard it from adults, so I'm guessing they are. So
yeah, just take you know, dosage according to weight and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's completely fine for pregnancy and nursing mothers, children, infants like that. My boy, I had him go over to the neighbor's house and he came back. I picked him up and he came back and I could see he was getting flu. You know, he had the watery eyes and runny nose. And I put a couple shots of this in with his applesauce, fed him, put him to bed at his normal bedtime there, woke up the next morning, he was fine. And so then I called up my neighbor, hey, I'm bringing him over. She's like, oh, you may not want to bring him over, my son's sick, he's really sick, and you know, I don't want your son to get sick. And I was like, no, he's going to be fine. So he went over there for the next week. You know, her son was sick for the week and my son, he never got it. She's like, wow, he didn't catch it. No, he caught it, he processed it overnight, he's fine. You know, like that. So yeah, just a little bit to keep him healthy. Or, you know, children with issues and stuff, they can use it to help heal up those issues as well. So it is designed to be strong, but you know, for, you know, a 30-pound infant, you don't give them the same dosage as a 300-pound male, you know, like that.
No, exactly.
I mean, because it's just going to give him diarrhea. I mean, if you know, a 2-year-old sat down and drank this whole bottle, he's going to be fine. He's going to have diarrhea the next day, you know, maybe watery eyes, runny nose.
Maybe super cleansed. He'll be super uber cleansed.
Yeah. It's not advisable, but yeah, just don't mega dose them. You know, they're just be gentle. I like gentle.
Exactly. So so anyone that's watching this, you can get them through me, and Paul's the founder, one of the founders of this. So thank you so much. I want to give you the last word, of course, Paul. Is there any last message you'd like to leave people with on the product, why they should try it, and anything really? Any last message?
Well, simply this: if you know, if yourself or you know people with health issues and health problems, just have them try it out. Just try it out. I'm not sure what they're doing over there in your country, what you're doing there, but here in the United States, we give the 4-month money back guarantee. We just say, try it out for 4 months and you'll get refunded. Just the reason being is because we know people who are on it that long get better. Right there. And just try it out, just because it's all about the immune system and the stem cells and giving your body the good things, because it literally does not matter if, you know, it's something in your toe or something in your brain, all that, your body will go and fix it. I mean, we've had, people with, you know, oh, I've got diabetes, I've got this open wound on my foot, you know, they're talking about amputating my foot and you know, cutting it off. Try it on. Oh, I'm better. Stay on it a year. Oh, I'm no longer diabetic, you know, like that. Or people with brain tumors, you know, get rid of their brain tumors there. We've had a couple of testimonials of people doing that. But it's all about give your body the natural healing building blocks. I mean, and you don't need this, but this is a good supplement. But I mean, I did take it, even though I'm a vegan and I eat really healthy and I do all that. I still take it just because I'm living in today's world and I drive a car and I do all that, you know. I mean, you just go out and there's always something better we can do. And even though I'm doing good things by eating diet and other stuff, I love taking it just because I do notice that I feel better and I do it. And funny thing was about 5 years of doing this, my wife, is younger than me, 10 plus years younger than me there. And we went out, and we were out at a restaurant, and we were eating, and we happened to hook up with another couple, and we were talking and eating and stuff and chatting there. And my wife mentioned, is yes, and one of us is 10 years older than the other. And they go, wait, don't tell us,
Oh,
let me
no,
look.
okay.
And they looked at her and looked at me, and they go, he's the younger one, isn't she? And she was like, no, he's the older one. And we got back to the hotel and stuff. And she's like,
That's
what's
funny.
going on? We eat the same food, we drink the same water. What's going on? And I go, hey, I'm doing the Apan and you're not. She's like, oh my gosh. You know, so she started
That's
jumping
funny, man.
on there.
Oh,
So
that's
it's,
so cool.
yeah, it's just go out there and try it and utilize it and do it. I mean, if you don't like it for some reason, contact me, we'll refund your money or do something. Contact the person, we'll give them another free bottle or whatnot. But I mean, literally, we've had people, the doctors can't do anything for you, healed up completely. Your body has the intelligence and the ability to heal itself. It's just a matter of giving it all the good ingredients and educating it, because the cells and the genes can shut off and things. And it's about educating it and turning it back on and getting it so it can heal up.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul, for that last message. And lastly, before you leave, I'd just like to say thank you for bringing awareness to this product and bringing this out to the world, because the world really needs these kind of power supplements at this time, especially at this time. So I'm really grateful to all the synchronicities that led me to it, to the synchronicities that led you to finding it, so that this reach can grow and now we can flourish and hopefully get this to the world, man. So that's why we're doing what we do. So I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. And thank you all for listening all the way through. Appreciate it.
No worries. Listening up, Harry with Paul, the Wild Man.